Today we're talking to Rahsaan Boone. There are many faces of Rahsaan, but today we will meet the comedic artist. He produces a number of funny videos and pictures and memes that make you think, oh my gosh, really? Did he just do that? And that is funny, and I can relate. I would say he's kind of like a black Seinfeld, where he's taking ordinary things and then looking at them and kind of making fun of them. And he also lays on kind of the racial side and bringing things to light and letting you know, yeah, it is a thing and you can talk about it. I was drawn to him because he's positive, playful, and goofy, and we will have an entire video dedicated to how we met. What are you trying to do? So you're creating these different videos. What are you trying to do with them?
I just love to make people laugh and smile, and I believe that laughter helps relieve tension, and so I just love making people smile. And so I'm a cartoonist, and I was like, man, I want to see if I can make these cartoons into real life. And so that's kind of where I was born.
And so you became the caricature there.
Yes. And so if you look at my memes and my videos, I'm very animated. And so topics, anyway, is racial humor, and then relationship-oriented humor, and then self-deprecating humor. I make fun of myself a lot of times in my memes videos.
A lot of material there. So
yes, so.
That's good. Yeah, you're welcome. So with, you talked about like one of your topics being racial, so why is that?
I grew up with various cultures.
And where?
From California to Chicago. I mean, I've had Vietnamese friends, Filipino friends, white friends, Mexican, Indian, black, and so forth, Islanders. And so I've got to see a little bit of how they live their lives, what kind of foods they eat, how they interact with each other. And so I'm very observant, and so I just kind of poke fun of the different stereotypes within their cultures. And so in this video right here, Asian GPS is one of my favorites.
Way to include me. I appreciate that.
Oh, right. But yeah, I could have had you do a voiceover next time.
The Asians,
Okay.
The whole group, yeah, cut.
Next time. In this video, Asian GPS, our broken English GPS, it's my friend James from high school, and he does the voiceover, and we're just watch it. Just watch it. It's awesome. All right, should be there in 20 minutes. I got this new GPS I want to try out. All right, bye.
Continue to go straight 5 miles. Have a good day. In the right, in the right mile, take 1 mile, take a right. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, so sorry. Oh, take a U-turn as soon as possible. I'm so sorry. Cautious over the wet bridge. Oh yeah, I fucked up. Sorry, so sorry. Where do you want to go again?
When people watch these, what do you want them to do or think?
So the premise behind the videos is, or my company anyway, is multicultural humor, bringing healing through multicultural humor. And I believe, like if you go to a lot of comedy shows, there's different cultures within the comedy shows, and I believe comedy and humor brings us together. There's a thin line between racist and racial humor, and I try not to cross that line. But ultimately, I just want to make people laugh. So.
So then, go back to your childhood a little bit and tell us why is it important to make people laugh?
I think it releases tension. I think it just opens people up to be real amongst each other. That's the power of humor. I've seen it. Two people are like, there's awkward silence or whatever, but someone has to be funny too. You can't just be, I don't know, you can't be forceful with it too. But anyway, with good humor, it'll release the tension, and people will just open up to each other. I've seen it happen over and over again. And so.
But wait, so how did you start believing that? When you grew up, did your parents somehow influence you to
Well, it started when I
that?
started watching The Simpsons, actually, which is my favorite cartoon. It's the best cartoon, actually, and behind Tom and Jerry. And so I've seen, but they didn't have that much racial humor. But when they did, it was hilarious.
I'm sorry, they didn't have much racial humor?
I didn't really see it, so.
Oh.
Well, yeah, the convenience store, Apu, and yeah, I know, it's got really.
Oh, okay, go on.
The token black guy, Carl, in the show. But yeah, so watching that, I was like, man, this is really cool. And so anyway, just traveling different states growing up, it's me and my friends, how I interacted with them and saw how they lived their lives with their family and the foods they ate and the things they said. And I was just like, that's funny because I'm not like that. And so, the differences.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, should we say this for another episode? So, we have lots to talk about. We're gonna try. I was gonna keep this to Rahsaan, but let me just share a little multicultural thing. So, my friend, I went on the Soul Train cruise, and so she's teaching me about Black culture, because I didn't know about the whole do-rag silk to keep the black hair all
waves.
Yeah, or keep it just. I don't know. Anyways.
Sometimes I don't know, so I don't, yeah.
Do you sleep with any kind of...
I used to when I used to have longer hair. I actually used to have a big afro and then braids and all that stuff, but not anymore. Well, sometimes I do, but it is a culture thing. Do-rags and wraps and all that stuff.
Anyways.
Back to me.
But I just thought I'd share like a little cultural difference where I know quite a few people, but pretty ignorant, I guess, with Black culture and the little things like that, which I think are kind of interesting and funny.
Yeah.
So I can kind of relate to you a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing with humor. You'll be like, wow, this culture eats this type of food, or this culture acts like this, and it kind of invites you into a different world too. And so that's the beauty of multicultural humor, which I kind of focus on.
Well, I think that's funny because in my professional, I was president of the National Speakers Association. Oh my gosh, talking about me, sorry. Mm-hmm. And which is very white, and I will drop. So I'll drop some different things because I'm very direct and everything, mm-hmm. and it's people are like, did she just? That's not PC.
Right.
But I think I'm moving more your direction. Because it's like it is what it is.
Right. Yeah, there's so many different cultures, especially in Washington or in Seattle area. You do yourself a disservice if you don't interact with other cultures. There's so many different cultural events. Like I went to a tattoo expo yesterday, and there was this like Indian setup where they were giving away free turbans and the henna tattoos.
Free turbans.
Yeah, and free food, free turbans, and henna. They were selling the henna tattoos. But anyway, so I went there and I was learning about the food, and I was like, "What kind of drink is this?" And they're like, "This is some." Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, "I don't know what this." And I tasted it was good though. But my point is that you have to immerse yourself into different cultures because then you can get more material as an artist if you immerse yourself in other cultures. So now I already have in my head some turban.
Dear.
I might not go there.
Again, figuring out how much you know about it to have some authority to be accepted that you're not just making fun.
Right.
Okay, so anyways, we'll talk about you. So, one of the other topics you talked about was relationships. So.
Yeah, in this video right here, I'm sorry. I've been in multiple relationships. I've kind of been around the block. And so I have just a host of ideas and jokes on both ends, making fun of the guys and the girls in the relationships, And so in this video, I'm sorry. Just it feels like guys are constantly saying, I'm sorry, and it's just stuck on a loop. And then become numb. I'm sorry. You can take out the trash, blah, blah, blah. And so... What's up, babe?
Nah, don't what's up, babe, me. Why does it smell like Chanel number 5
sorry.
in here? You forgot to take out the trash again. You've changed.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you call me anymore? I shouldn't have to keep reminding you.
I'm sorry.
Why do I have to keep changing her diaper? The kids are getting tired of eating top
I'm sorry.
ramen.
Why do you keep leaving the seat up?
I'm sorry.
Why is your piss that color?
Can you unball your socks,
I'm
please?
sorry.
Oh, you ate the last slice of cheesecake?
I found a long blonde hair.
I'm sorry.
She's too pretty to be your friend on Facebook.
I'm sorry.
Dishes go in the sink, please.
Babe, wake up! You keep hogging all the sheets, babe.
Oh my gosh, can you cut your toenails, please?
I'm sorry.
Why does your breath smell like garbage juice?
I'm sorry.
Why were you in Victoria's Secret today?
Dude, your lips are hella
I'm sorry.
chapped. Where were you last night, though? I don't think you should have any female friends.
I'm sorry.
Babe, you don't date me anymore. What's up?
I'm
I
sorry.
think you need a better job.
You don't hold me anymore.
I'm sorry.
Why do you look cross-eyed?
I'm sorry.
Do you think it's going to increase your game or hurt it?
I think I don't know. From a woman's perspective, I can't really speak, but from a guy's perspective, I think it will increase my game because they're like,
So you will attract more guys. Is that
No, I mean, just if a woman's looking at my videos, they're gonna. I think they'll probably be like, he's been around. He knows. I don't know. He knows us. I don't know, but from a guy's perspective, I think we'll just be like, man, that's so true. There's a lot of nagging, but yeah. So I'm probably hurting my game right now.
So it could be that he needs to think about that a little bit more. Ask around. Ask around.
Yeah. So, but yeah, check out this video. It's one of my favorites.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So then the other topics are, I know you did like some commercials and some like spoofs.
Yeah, the Mentos commercial right here. Well, before that, most of my humor is self-deprecating and just making fun of myself and my journey that I'm going through. But I just recently turned 35, and so I grew up in the 90s, and I'm just looking back on some of the commercials in hindsight. I'm like, man, these are some corny ass commercials. Can I just rate it? Anyway.
I swear. Okay, go ahead.
And so I'm just like, man, like the Double Mint commercial. I don't know if you remember that one.
Double Mint with the twins?
Yes.
Double Mint, yeah.
Yeah, thinking about it, I was like, well, but then if you look at them, you're like, oh my gosh. But
That is weird to have double, like a twin blonde girls. I'm just like, oh, wow, that didn't seem edgy back then. But now as I think about it, that sounds kind of...
Yeah, and so, but if you think, I try to look at it from a marketing standpoint too. I'm like, it's so immersed in our minds. I'm like, why is that? And so I'm making fun of it too, but I'm also trying to learn how they did so well of a job of marketing. Maybe it's the corniness, I don't know, but, and so yeah, check out this video.
What comes, fresh goes better in life, with Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool, with Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better, Mentos fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life. Mentos, the fresh maker.
How do you get your inspiration? When you're driving, when you're working out, I mean, like, or you see a commercial, or you hear, what are your triggers?
Well, Steve Harvey once said that comedians have a third eye, and I don't necessarily think of myself as a comedian, but I'm very observant, and I just see little things, and then I jot them down in my notepad or on my phone, and then I exaggerate it. And so if, like, for example, I went to the gym and a guy was working out in front of the dumbbells and blocking everything. And so idea popped in my head. I was like, okay, I need to have like 10 pet peeves I have in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll exaggerate myself, like working out in front of the barbells or making loud noises and throwing weights,
so annoying.
And so with humor, it's all about pain and truth. And so... and exaggerating those, and so.
Okay, so magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yep. So what's one topic you really like to share, but it's like, oh, that might be over the line. I'm pretty sure it is. I'd like to go there, but I'm not quite sure.
I just go there. I don't really, I don't have a boundary anymore. I mean, I just recently started posting some memes, I just learned Photoshop recently, and I started attaching my faces to different pictures I found on the internet. And so those are a little bit kind of edgy. And I do I'm like, should I post this or should I not? Or put it on Instagram where it's, because on Facebook it's more family oriented, but I don't really have a boundary anymore. I should maybe.
I don't know. I think it's like, now, of course, I'm very different and very pure and innocent. So I think your intention is always good, and my intention is always good. So I think that shows through. So some of us don't have to have boundaries because of our intentions. I mean, if you were like, your humor being racial was like
just nasty,
trying to like campaign or something, and
right.
like, this race, blah blah, and then that's a different thing. So
that's what I always tell people. I'm like, you can tell when someone's trying to be nasty with their humor, or cut someone down, or hurt someone. You could tell the spirit behind the person.
Yeah.
And so hopefully when I project my content, it's just in a humorous way. You can have a good laugh, and so it's the same with my shirts and so forth. But that's another story.
He has many stories.
The DNA one, that was DNA in the background. So
Okay.
But yeah, this video.
To me, it's like, turn into a monster. And
Okay, yeah. So it's good to explain for you too.
yeah.
This video.
Not as standard audience member, probably.
That's gonna change though. You're gonna become.
Oh, he
a fan.
wants more of me.
Yeah. This video right here is for those of us who watch Marvel and DC movies or grew up with comic books. We watch so much of it, and that sometimes reality gets blurred. If you don't watch this stuff or look at this stuff, it's hard to explain. But anyway, so in this video, a spider bites me, and then I turn into Spider-Man. My DNA gets thwarted or whatever, and then I'm just reenacting some of his spider slings. And then it's kind of a lowbrow humor one, more lowbrow than the other ones, but especially towards the end. But if you're a Marvel or DC fan, then you'll appreciate the video. So that's actually kind of my audience too, is like nerds. So.
How many ideas do you get like a day? I mean, what's the range? Because I can imagine like, you're at the grocery store and you see somebody making conversation with the cashier, and that's you could totally exaggerate that, or picking the wrong line. I mean, how many ideas do you get a day?
Between all the stuff I got going on, I get probably 10 to 15 ideas. But then I noticed that when I start making certain videos, I'll stop midway and I'm like, this is really dumb. This is not funny. And so I've done that many times where I'm creating the content or writing it down, or actually mid-video, and I'm like, I need to stop. This is not funny. This is not going to hit home with anyone other than me, probably. But yeah, so even if I do have ideas, a lot of them are thrown out the window.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a lot of content, but it doesn't mean it's always gold, so. But then the thing is, when I do put stuff on social media, I'm like, this is so funny, this is my favorite, and then I get like 2 likes and I have like 1,000 friends. I'm like, wait a minute, the ratio is not adding up here. But yeah, so it's just, putting your stuff out there in the pub and letting the public decide what's funny.
So which one you thought was, it's all right, but was really popular that surprised you?
The Asian GPS one. No, not the Asian GPS one. So this video right here is called Unintentionally Racist, and that one.
That sounds like that's a great title, because that's like, That's everybody.
I was asking how many parts to that. This one
That could be
says
a
part one.
series.
Yeah, it says part one, but I haven't created the other ones.
Hey, maybe you should wear sunglasses next time so you're not squinting as much.
I'm not squinting. My eyes are wide open.
This one I thought it was okay, and then there's a lot of comments, a lot of feedback, people laughing and stuff. So.
Oh man, I can see getting ideas.
Oh, you haven't seen that one? I guess yeah.
No.
Okay, well,
sorry.
Watch your own video right here.
Sorry. But I can see that there's a ton. Something. Oh, sorry, I'm talking in, but I think it's been funny when people are like, "Oh, I don't see color." And it's like, well, you should. It kind of has a factor in background and culture, and it's just like when some of my white colleagues who are older are like, "Oh, I don't see color." It's like, that's not. I don't know. Anyways, yeah.
That is interesting when people do say that. I'm like, you should, because there is a difference. I mean, obviously, yeah, internally, whatever, we're all the same, but externally there's differences, and it's good to be mindful of that too.
Even if I were a banana, right, yellow on the outside, white on the inside.
Yeah.
I'd probably portrayed as banana. Probably actually. Curious. Do you guys think I'm a banana? I wonder. Anyways, regardless, it's like if people will see me a certain way, even if I'm totally, let's say I act totally white, people will treat me a different way. So if the person's like, "Hey, I don't see color," I don't know. It's just stop talking. Okay.
Well, that's an interesting topic, but I see where you're coming from. But I do see color, and so I make fun of it too.
Well, I do too. And what I learned from, I was interviewing my friend Soul Train Kelly, who is a little bit darker than you, I think. And she's like, black. She's like, I'm black. I'm not African American. It's like, and just learning about that, because like when I was president of the National Speakers Association, I'm trying to be more formal because I'm also representing other people. So I'm not just myself. So, African American, but then, talking to black folks is like, no, anyways.
Right.
Do you make fun of when people say African American, or?
Yeah, I'm not really PC. It's like people are like, "Oh, I don't like saying black." I'm like, well, I say black. It's easier, it's faster, and then there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's a lot of negative connotations with the word black, but I see beauty in the word black and power, and so it just depends on the person. I don't really care. Okay, I don't know if I really want to end on that. But, right, we went to a wholly different.
That's because I started talking. I'm not supposed to do that. So this interview is about you, Rahsaan, and
Back to me.
So what do you want to do in your future? So you're making a number of videos and a number of more edgy type of memes.
Yeah, so that's a good question. Thank you. Where I'm going, the direction I'm going with a certain part of my business is adult humor. And so, I love, like, again, to The Simpsons, they had a lot of adult themes, but if you're a young kid, you didn't really understand it until you're older. Like, oh, okay, that's funny because I'm older and I understand. And so my stuff is going more towards adult humor now, instead of just like cartoons on making fun of.
So then,
like
define adult humor for us. Just
things about relationships, businesses, self-deprecating,
crisis,
midlife crisis,
going to the bathroom at night.
Yeah, some things that we've all gone through if you've been on this earth for some certain amount of years, and so it's good to make fun of those things because it kind of like, okay, it's not that serious. You still can move on, and so.
I think it's like we're all together. Like, oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny, me too.
Yep, exactly.
Kind of sucks.
But
yeah.
Yeah, and so I love how you put that. Me too. I can relate to that because I just went through that last year.
I wasn't going to talk about it at all, and I was keep that a secret.
All right.
But I can silently laugh.
Perfect way to wrap it up.
So it's Rahsaan Boone, Boone Entertainment.
Yep.
We're gonna see some other videos when he's in his other mode. He has several modes. Anyways, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.